What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw review thing, majigger. Uh, I know Raw happened the other day. I just was really tired of work, doing a lot of stuff with this shift supervisor stuff. I'm in training, so I'm working a lot of hours. So very, very tired. Um, Actually, I'm about to go to work now, but I hopefully can get this video out real quick before I go to work. So we're going to talk about Raw. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't like it, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. This is your business, not mine. As long as you click on the video, at least I got a little shot. So I do appreciate it. Um, I'm just gonna pretty much talk about the show, which was actually a really good show. It didn't seem like 3 hours this time. Like it flowed well. Of course, there was still some stuff that's like, ugh, why do we have to watch this? But for the most part, I thoroughly enjoyed Raw. This Raw was based on the two championship matches, New Day versus Hurt Business. Uh, Whoever won that match are the tag team champions, and they go on to face Street Profits for best of the best brand warfare. And of course, the WWE Championship, Randy Orton defending his championship against Drew McIntyre. Whoever wins that goes against Roman Reigns, because there's no way on this earth that Roman Reigns is losing his title anytime before Survivor Series. If he does, that would actually be hilarious, but he's not going to do that. Um, Let me get this out the way because I feel like I say this every single week. The women's division is not good. It's no bueno. Um, Lana keeps getting put through tables. I, oh my gosh, she has to win. She has to win this Sunday. She has to be the sole survivor. Lana has to put her like through another table, like she did today, and then she's gonna be out, and then it's gonna be one survivor, and they didn't know it was gonna be her, and then she's gonna come do the biggest come up and roll somebody up and get the win. She's gonna have to do that. I feel like that's gonna be a thing. But Lana requested a match with her and the tag team champions Shayna and Nia to face against Raw Women's Champion Asuka and big sexy blonde girls Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. So pretty much this match, Nia just demolished everybody, all the women on on their side except for Asuka. Um, Lana talked herself in. It was just Dana and Asuka because Mandy got like seriously injured. I don't know if she got like legit injured, or she just got injured. And Lana tags herself in when they told her not to. Lana said she got it, and then Asuka made her tap out, and then she put her through a table. And then Dana was like, "Well, now she's not going to be there." And then Mia Yim, Reckoning, beat up Dana Brooke, and now Dana Brooke is not going to be in this, and neither one of them's going to be in it, and they're going to be placed by drumroll please, Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce, which I assumed because there's nobody else on the roster. Asuka still has didn't talk about what's her face, uh, Sasha Banks. Still didn't talk about her, so I don't know. So Friday something has to happen because if not, I don't know what's going to be going on. But yeah. So that's the thing that's going to happen. Uh, I just hope this is going to be all over with because I want Nia Jax to. I honestly, I would take Charlotte Flair returning again because it's like this division is trash right now. Charlotte Flair and Naomi, I need them to return. Um, I don't know what's going on. That division is really not good. Um, but that was really the only bad part of the show. To me that was the only bad part I didn't like about the show. Everything else I enjoy. Well, okay, I lied. That and Angel Garza still being weird. Want to give talk about pretty much a girl is like a rose. I'm like the thorn because I protect the rose type thing, and he's still talking to somebody that he wants to make them their China to his Eddie Guerrero, pretty much. Um, So that was a thing. Um, yeah, everything else I enjoyed. I love the Team Raw. I love Team Raw stuff. I love the match with New Day and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander for Her Business. Fantastic, fantastic match. And then the main event was also fantastic. I like the stuff that they're doing. A little sidetrack thing for Bray and the Miz. I like the little side story that they had going on. And that was pretty much that was actually really all of Raw. Yeah. That was pretty much all of Raw. So I'm just gonna talk about that in order to what I liked. I guess the least like to the most like. I mean, they're all pretty good. Um, I guess I'll just talk about this part first. Well, first of all, we let's talk about AEW was promoted during the commercial break, which was hilarious. They promoted AEW. That was pretty good. They done it before, but I just thought that was kind of hilarious that happened. Um, I guess we'll talk about the Hurt Business types, the Hurt Business stuff. Um, Championship match, Hurt Business came out and they were talking about, of course, they were talking about Sami Zayn. He's going to dominate Sami Zayn, but it's going to be a clean sweep for us because we're going to take the titles from New Day and we're going to be the next tag team champions because we're the best and we're going to face Street Profits. And then New Day come out, ha, funny. No, you're not. You're not the best. We're the best. We're the best because we're the tag team champions 10 times, even though I think Tom Phillips said 9 times. 10-time tag team champions. They're the best champions. And then Kofi made a weird joke that MVP interrupted, but he finished the joke and it kind of wasn't funny. But the only thing that made it good was Xavier Woods hyped it up like it was actually a funny joke. But they had the match, and this match was fantastic. Again, I like that they don't. MVP is the type of, I guess, heels or whatever that they just beat you up. They just beat you up. They don't try to cheat to win or anything. They just you get it, you win or lose. You don't have to try to cheat to win. You don't have to try to cheat to lose. So MVP chilled the whole match. He didn't do anything. He just stood there on the outside. Bobby Lashley wasn't there. And they had a fantastic match. Cedric Alexander was on fire with his strikes. He um, he beat down um, he beat down Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. I like the thing where Kofi Kingston was going for a he went for like the boom drop. He did try to do his boom drop. He got up in the air somehow. Shelton Benjamin like stood up like while he was doing all that, caught him in power palm position, gave him a buckle bomb. That was fantastic. I like that. They hit a nice double team finish for a close two on Kofi that I thought I was like for half a second I was like whoa. Cedric Alexander was doing some crazy suicide dives, but in the end, Trouble in Paradise to Shelton Benjamin. They hit the daybreak on Cedric Alexander for the 1-2-3 to retain the titles. Fantastic. That match was really, really good. If the main event didn't steal the show, this probably would have been the best thing on the show. But the main event stole everything about the show. And then we're gonna quite just swiftly go to. Oh, by the way, before I forget, uh, I always said that it was going to be New Day versus Street Profits. I knew that New Day was going to retain, but I think the Hurt Business are. I think they're so good that they could. I think at Royal Rumble, they will win tag team championships. I think they will do a little thing after this, and then going into TLC, they might get like a couple of teams, maybe make it a triple threat between them, Hurt Business, like New Day Hurt Business, and maybe Retribution, because it seems like Retribution is getting a little love in there now, finally. It seems like they're going to get some love, so maybe a triple threat match, and then they win, they retain, maybe they pin like Retribution, and then uh, Hurt Business is like, hey, you pinned them, you didn't pin us, and then final time, well, not final time, but one of the final times on Raw or at Royal Rumble, New Day, Hurt Business, tag team titles on the line. Hurt Business win, and then they continue and they do their reign as dominant tag team champions until I would say SummerSlam. I think they could keep it till SummerSlam. They get a nice feud going on. Add some other tag teams after WrestleMania. Keep it a little fresh and stuff like that. Keep New Day on Raw. Keep Retribution on Raw. Keep them on Raw. Maybe bring up Breezango or or Undisputed Era, somebody like that. Add like another tag team to them. Who else is on? Miz and Morrison. I don't know if they're going to still be a thing, if they're going to split or still be a tag team. But I wouldn't mind them being a tag team and staying on there. I think there'll be good stuff, and then maybe bring I don't know somebody else from SmackDown and trade them for maybe somebody I don't know. But I think the tag team division with them starting with those two, just like when it was New Day Usos, I think you get New Day and Her Business, you get them started. I think you could get good stuff on that roster because they're both fantastic. And Cedric Alexander is finally getting the push he deserves. And speaking of somebody who's finally maybe getting the push they deserve, my boy um, Mustafa Ali. Yes, he's getting in there. I love what he's doing. Retribution, with Retribution. Team Raw is like having hissy fits. Of course they are. And yeah, I'm glad that they're getting a win. It just for and the further story shows that Team Raw just can't get along. They got themselves an 8-man tag against the most hated group, supposedly kayfabe, on WWE in WWE. The most hated group. They're not supposed to get along. It was like those are the one people that we should all be in the to come together. But then Ali makes a promo later. He was like people who's going to use this as pawns to get ahead. It was like, well, good, because it's going to be their downfall that's going to lead us to victory. And of course, like he prophesized, it was Team Raw's downfall with the egos that AJ Styles keeps talking about, the egos of them that led to their downfall, that had them lose. And I actually also liked the little segment that they did before. They was talking about AJ being team captain, and Samus was like, "You're not team captain," and Matt Riddle goes like, "Yeah, no, he's not team captain. He's a skipper." It was so great. Matt Riddle's the best. I loved it. But yeah, I'm glad Retribution won. Finally getting a little bit of steam, and the match itself was really good. Um, and we're gonna see what happens on Friday. Hopefully, they have a match, or they get in tune with whoever's gonna be the last person on Team SmackDown. That they beat them up, and then they're finally united or something like that. Hopefully, that's the thing. Um, and then the biggest thing was this whole main event, the whole main event scene. Opens with Drew McIntyre pretty much saying that he's took a little visit um, to SmackDown, and he said that he isn't looking past Randy Orton. He was talking about what he's grateful for, and that he's going to beat Randy Orton tonight, and he's going to win the championship. And then Randy Orton came out. He was like, I hear you talk about what you could be grateful for. He was like, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be grateful for. He pretty much talks about him being a champion 14 times. The fact that he should have been suspended and fired for years, but the reason why he hasn't is because he's Randy Orton. He's the best, and he deserves to be where he's at. And he said he's going to beat him and Roman. He's going to beat him tonight. And then Drew's about to leave, and then The Miz comes out, and he's talking about, hey, Mr. Money in the Bank, I'm gonna be watching, whatever you. And he talks about Brave for a little bit. He talks about he's gonna watch him and stuff like that. So I like that segment. I like what they did with Firefly Funhouse with him and Miz, with Firefly Funhouse and Miz. Bray Wyatt is practicing karate or taekwondo or whatever he's doing. And he's talking about he wants a match with the Miz, which and then while they're doing that, Nikki Cross was going around asking where Alexa Bliss was, looking for Alexa Bliss, because she was saying that the Fiend is the one that's got her going crazy and all this other stuff. And then they're about to have a match. Miz comes out. He tries to get his Weasel's way out of the match. Talks about him go break into his family's house like last year, which was cool. And then Alexa Bliss with the gangsta theme song comes out, And he was like, ah, let me think about that. No, he's coming. And then Nikki Cross comes out. They do it. They have like their thing, and then they fight. And then as soon as they start fighting, they try to like Alexa Bliss is mad. They're fighting back and forth. The referees try to come get her. Firefly Funhouse music plays, and then all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss is like, oh, she's all happy. She's so like, she's like, she wasn't even mad anymore. She's so happy. She's so smiley. Bray comes out, walks, just stares at Nikki Cross, and then she looks at, and then he looks at Alexa Bliss, and they're smiling, and they're looking, making googly eyes at each other, and they're skipping down the ring. Nikki Cross doesn't know what's going on. All great stuff. And then they have the match. This, by the way, is the second time in like Firefly Bray Wyatt. Miz has never beaten Firefly Bray Wyatt. Like, and I think he's the only character, the person who's never beat Firefly Bray Wyatt. Like, Firefly Bray Wyatt loses to everybody, and I think this is the second time he's beaten the Miz. Like, Miz just can't beat Firefly like regular Bray Wyatt. Um, but this was decent stuff. I just pretty much like the most of the the storyline for the match. The match itself was fine, but it was like Bray was just messing around. He tried to get a handshake. Miz was like, no. He beats him up. Morrison gets in, and then that's when he gets physical. He tries to get in again, and Alexa Bliss just tosses herself at John Morrison. And he looks at. He was like Bray's all shocked, and then Miz comes. He tries to do his thing where he runs on the rope and he does like his clothesline thing, and Bray catches him. Sister Abigail, he wins, and then his music played, and then Alexa Bliss just pops up, just starts smiling. She's walking, teetering on the on the barricade. She's nuts, and it's great. They walk up together, and then the lights, Fiend music comes out, and they're just staring at the lights. That was good stuff. I enjoyed that segment. And then there was a little thing with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre talking about knowing Drew's mother well and how much she'd be proud. I think she passed away. I'm guessing how proud she would be. And he said he had a gift for Drew. He opened it up at his old Scottish get up, and Sheamus was pretty much saying that he wants her back to her root, like wants to get him back to his roots. He turns around. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna bro kick him in his face, but he turns back around and he has a sword in his hand. Drew's getting all emotional. Oh, this is good stuff. It's gonna suck when Sheamus turns on Drew McIntyre, but for right now, this is all good stuff. I love it. And then this is how he comes out with the sword and the kilt, and so good. And Drew McIntyre is the WWE champion. Randy Orton tried to escape at first, but Scrap Iron Adam Pierce was like, no, this is going to be no disqualification, no countouts, and all of the good stuff. Of course, they have good in ring chemistry together. They had good stuff. They was throwing each other on the announce table. Uh, he was trying to hit some claymores, wasn't happening. Randy was trying to hit some RKO's, wasn't happening. Table spot. In the end, Randy Orton tried to go for an RKO. Drew pushes off, backs off the rope. Boom, Claymore for the one, the two, new WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. He's gonna face Roman. He said, leave a seat for me at the table. I'm coming to uh, Survivor Series. I'll see you there." And that was the end of Raw. That was good stuff. I loved it. I kind of want to, because I think Drew's next things might be Sheamus. He probably start doing some also Fiend and Miz stuff still. But I kind of want to see like a little tag team maybe between him and Sheamus. Him and Sheamus, do a tag team, try to maybe against Miz and Morrison a little bit. Maybe throw Hurt Business in there. It was like, hey, maybe you can be tag. We could be tag team champions together. Maybe you could be United States champion. We could dominate this division together, and that will probably get Hurt Business into it, and then New Day into get that whole main event U.S. Tag team title scene, all that whole titles, the whole title scenes, like the men's title scene. I hope that can all interlude within each other. I think that would be good stuff after Survivor Series. Um, and then at the end, Sheamus, turns on Drew McIntyre after whenever time he turns on him or whatever. And then maybe that's when Miz cashes in, and then he becomes W champion. And then Drew and Sheamus has a thing for a little bit before Drew, for the third time, becomes WWE champion. Maybe Miz and Bray Wyatt have a feud. Maybe Bray takes it from the Miz, and then at WrestleMania you get Drew McIntyre versus Bray Wyatt, or Drew McIntyre, yeah, Drew McIntyre versus Bray Wyatt, and maybe that's when either Drew McIntyre gets his third championship, or maybe goes to SmackDown with the brand split thing. I mean, with the when they cross brands, and then maybe Drew reunites his feud with uh, um, Roman Reigns and becomes a three-time champion like that. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of stuff to go off of on this show, on with the feuds that's going on. Nicely, for the most part, went into SmackDown's court to go into Survivor Series. So I thought that was a good show overall. What did you guys think? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. I'm out now.